Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, and today it's not going to be an easy video because I am going to do a brutal declutter of all my palettes. So I really need to go through and declutter all my makeup. So today I'm gonna go through all my palettes. I know I did a video where I went through my whole collection of makeup before and I was going to declutter, but I was the worst at decluttering. But today I really need to declutter because I want to buy more makeup, but I can just not justify buying more makeup when I have this much. So I have palettes that are just never used. I never use them and I just need to get rid of some. Even some that I might love, but I just need to get rid of some so I have more space so I can buy new fun things and do reviews and things. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through all my palettes and we're gonna declutter. And today I need to declutter a lot of palettes. I do not know how many, but a lot of them. So we are just gonna dig right into it. I have palettes all over my table here and all over my floor here. And let's start. So start with some palettes that I know for sure that I'm not gonna declutter. For example, my Natasha Denona palettes that I have. First of all, they were so expensive and I do love them, so I have 3 of them and I'm gonna keep all 3 of those. Then I have one palette that is my Makeup Geek singles. I actually have 2 of those palettes. I have one here also, and I will keep all of those. And in here I also have my Tati Beauty palette that I of course will keep because I love this palette. Then we have this Kat Von D matte metallic palette. Honestly, I never use it, but I feel like I cannot get rid of it because I got rid of almost all my Kat Von D palettes. So I feel like I'm gonna keep this. And the same thing goes with both my Shade and Light palettes. Where is the other one? Both the eyeshadow palette and the face palette. I use this all the time and I love them, so I'm gonna keep both of them. Then, let's see. What do we have here? Here we have some face palettes. Then I have my Becca Jacqueline Hill palette with the champagne pop color. Honestly, I do not know. Maybe I will get rid of it. Maybe I will keep it. I do not know. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. I'm gonna have a maybe pile. My Benefit Decathlon palette, definitely gonna keep this. I love this palette. I love all of this palette though, but my PS Pure Glow palette, I'm gonna get rid of this. I never use it. No, I'm gonna get rid of this. So bye-bye. Then we have a Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I basically kept this palette only for this specific color. I'm not gonna keep it anymore. I'm gonna declutter it and get rid of it. Bye-bye. Makeup Geek Mani Mua palette. I like this palette. Do not use it so much. Gonna put it in the maybe pile. My MAC palettes, and this is my warm neutral and cool neutral. Honestly, I never reach for these palettes anymore. I have so much palettes that I love more. The only reason I keep those palettes is to have them like a reference to compare with. But I'm gonna put them in a maybe pile, but I feel like they need to go. Maybe they will go. Bobbi Brown Surf and Sand palette. I have 2 of these. The other one is more neutral colors. I have that in my everyday makeup bag. I'm not gonna go for that. I'm gonna keep that one, but I think I'm gonna get rid of this one because I never use this one. I just never go for it. So this one I will get rid of. My Viseart palette, definitely keeping this one. Love this palette. Then we have the Tarte In Bloom palette. I do like this palette, but I do not reach for it so much. I'm gonna put it in the maybe and we're gonna see. What do we have here? Makeup Studio Professional Makeup. This is a cream palette with the contouring colors. I feel like, is this one old? I feel like I never used this, like ever. I'm not so much into cream products like that. I'm gonna get rid of this one. And this is all concealers. I think I'm gonna keep this for a while. An e.l.f. palette with all mattes. I'm gonna keep this for like reference for drugstore options. Huda Beauty, this palette is pretty new. I'm gonna keep it and play with it more. And what do we have here? Here we have Cartier, like a little palette with some shadows. Maybe, I think I'm gonna get rid of that maybe. My Naked palette, the little small one, I'm gonna keep this one. I have some Marc Jacob palettes. It's the Starlet and the Lolita palette. Those I'm definitely gonna keep. And then I have two small Marc Jacobs palettes. This one and this one. I feel like I like both of them still. I'm gonna keep them for a while. Now it feels like I'm not decluttering so much. Okay, what do we have here? A Broken palette. I'm gonna throw this one away. Then I have a Sueva Coral Spectrum palette. I like this one, but I never reach for it. I'm actually gonna declutter it, even though I love this one. I just never reach for it, so I'm gonna let it go. Then we have this palette. I know for sure I'm gonna declutter. It's my Pure Face palette. Needs to go, never using it. In here, I have all my Sueva palettes. I'm going to keep all my Sueva palettes. And also all my Colourpop palettes, and I feel like I am going to keep all my Colourpop palettes. So here we have new palettes, and these are all Aliexpress palettes, but I feel like I do not need all of them. This Endless Possibilities, I am going to keep that one. And I'm gonna get rid of this Honey palette. I do not know, I'm just gonna get rid of it, and I'm gonna keep the Twilight palette. I'm just trying to be ruthless here. The eye makeup palette, I feel like I need to play a little bit more with these two big palettes. I've just swatched them, so I'm gonna keep both of these two. And then I have these two smaller Eye Magic palettes that I also feel like I want to play more with, so I'm gonna keep both of them. So the only thing I'm decluttering is this one from that pile. Am I even doing good here? I feel like I'm not decluttering so much. Okay, let's be better in the next batch. We take my Morphe palettes. It's time to let some of them go. Maybe I will keep this. But I know we have like the 35U. This needs to go, I feel like. Yeah. Maybe it's time to let this go. I put it in the maybe, but I feel like maybe it's about time. What do we have here? The 35OS. I know I like the 35OS a lot. The thing is, I like them when I see them, but I never wear them. I never use them. And I used to have more. 35F, I also like this one. I know this is the 35O that is super hyped, but honestly, this is never even touched. I feel like I'm gonna get rid of it and give it to someone that appreciates it, even though I know it's a hyped palette, but I feel like I'm gonna get rid of this one. And I'm gonna get rid of this colorful one also. So those two need to go, and I will keep the other three as for right now. And here we have two Pro HD Makeup Revolution palettes. I'm honestly gonna let them go because I do not use them so much. Then I have three Jueva's Place palette, and but maybe I should play with them a little bit more. Maybe I should keep them and play with them a little bit more. Yes, I'm gonna do that. Then what do we have here? Honestly, this might sound surprising to you. I think I will get rid of all of my Too Faced palettes. And I've been holding on to this just because I love the packaging, and I feel like a beauty lover needs to have this in your collection. But I never reach for them, and honestly there are so many better formulas out there now that I do prefer, so I'm gonna get rid of all of them. Declutter all of them. I never thought I was going to do that, but it's about time. My Lorac Gold palette, definitely keeping this one, loving that one. And my Lorac 1 and 2, also keeping those are like the best palettes ever. My Modern Renaissance palette, keeping. This Suva Beauty palette, I've been holding on to this palette, but I never use it, so now it's time for it to go. And when it comes to these two Makeup Addiction palettes, I feel like when I open them, I like them, and I feel like I can be creative with them, but as soon as I never play with them. I do not know what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna keep them? I'm gonna put them in a maybe pile as for right now. My Urban Decay Naked one, I need to keep this one because this one I just need to keep it. My Urban Decay Naked Smoky, this one is a little bit disgusting, but I still like the formula. I'm gonna keep this one also. it feels like I'm doing kind of good, at least. What do we have here? We have the Mad for Matte palette. Honestly, I never reach for this anymore. I used to love it, but now I'm gonna let it go. This super bright Morphe palette. I'm gonna put it in the maybe. I do not know. Maybe I will keep it, maybe I will let it go. 2 BH cosmetic palettes. I feel like I'm gonna let them go. I do really like them though. Oh, this is so hard. Maybe. Maybe. There's a lot in the maybe now. This one I like to have as a reference for a dupe, so I'm gonna keep that. My BH Cosmetic Carly Bible, this one will go. I never use it. My Morphe Kathleen Light, definitely keeping that one. I need to declutter some of this Makeup Revolution palettes. It's time for the eyeshadow palette to go. I never use it. This blush palette, to be honest, I never wear blush palettes. I always wear singles. Should I be bold and let them go? Like, should I do that? I think I'm gonna do that. And the same thing with this contouring palette. Never use it. Okay, I'm gonna let all of my blush and contouring palettes go, just because I never reach for palettes when it comes to blushes. This highlighter palette, I think I'm gonna keep. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. This palette, I will keep this palette. I just felt something when I opened it. It spoke to me. I need to keep it. This little Wet n Wild palette, I feel like I have like a nostalgic trip when looking at it. I need to keep it. I don't have so many palettes left, to be honest. This Marc Jacobs palette, I am going to keep. I do not use it so much, but I need it in my life. And when it comes to my Ben Nye palettes, this for sure I will keep. It's a face palette. And this is like the best palette ever. But when it goes for this, I think I'm gonna keep them a little bit, but next declutter, I feel like these are going. Yeah, that is what we're gonna do. Okay, so we only have the maybe pile left. We have the MAC. I'm gonna let them go. Yeah, this little one I also gonna let go. I'm gonna keep this one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. The Tarte in Bloom. I think I'm gonna let go of this because I never reach for it. Yeah, time for me to let go of that one. For right now, I'm gonna keep this Makeup Geek palette. It's time for me to let go of the Becca. The Jaclyn Hill Becca. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. Time for me to let it go. When it comes to these two palettes, you can actually take out the pans in this. So I will take out the pans and I will make one palette that I will keep and the other one I will let go of. So it will be like one decluttered and one keeping. And this 2 BH Cosmetic palettes, I'm gonna declutter this one. And this one, I'm gonna keep this one. So I'm decluttering this one and keeping this one. So my friends, I think I did pretty good. I mean, I'm decluttering all of this whole one, all of this, and all of this. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 29, 30, 31 palettes. I think that is pretty good job, like decluttering 30 palettes. I never thought I was going to do this good, honestly. So yeah, I will give some of this away and some of it I will throw away because it's all like this one, for example, it's disgusting, and some of it I will sell. I think, for example, someone else that are maybe a collector will have a lot of use out of this palette because you cannot get it anymore. So I am very happy with the outcome, to be honest, and I'm gonna give myself a thumbs up for this declutter. I'm very proud of myself. But that, my friends, is going to be the end of this video, and let me know if you did like this kind of declutter video, because I would love to do more of them and I have more that I need to declutter. So if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, and in that way I know you like this type of content. And I hope that you have hit the subscribe button so you can be part of my YouTube family here, and I hope I see you in my next video. But for this time we say bye!